Hello again, my name is Ben. Here I am today with the MOC showcase. Here for me this time is a mech I call the Emerald Enforcer. Yeah, here I am again building another mech. That's fun. So story-wise, I don't really have too much about him. He's built as this like really heavily armed and armored like security detail sort of thing. You know, for just like handling high-level threats and whatnot. So yeah, it's a bit about it for story. Size comparison with a minifigure. Here it is. It's quite tall. Probably one of my taller mechs. Just get straightened down a bit. So, yeah, definitely one of the larger ones, I'd say. So, yeah. Anyway, with that part out of the way, get on to the construction, starting off with the feet. They're honestly pretty simply designed. Using some of these some grills at the front, some of these slopes in black, 2x2 slope pieces in black. I use more curved tile or curved brick pieces. Some simple joints here in dark green, 1x2 brick, and then just some inverted slopes on the back. Lower legs, pretty simply designed, just simple ball joints, and these pieces on the front is like 2x4 sort of pyramid pieces. Sides, just use some simple tiles, some grills, and some 2x2 plate tiles in black. So, you know, mirrored on each side, so really the same thing on each. So, yeah. Upper legs, you see a bit more going on. The front here, use some of these sort of like smooth sloping pieces for the front of them. You know, pretty simply designed. And the sides, just some of these smaller winglet pieces to give it a bit of angles. And you know, same on each side. Torso, there's a lot going on here. See where the waist attached here, some slopes here, some grills, some of these more smoother slopes. See how it's built, sort of some of these hinge pieces, sort of gave it more coverage. Some of these grill slopes on the sides, you see how they're attached right here. Once it fell off, but it gives you a pretty decent way of seeing how it's built. Just take out the minifigure, it's just a clone pilot. See on the inside, some pretty basic translucent blue pieces for paneling, or control panels. These are the joints, some of the pleats that build up most of the shaping, and where everything else is attached. Some of the cheese slopes here, which just, you know, give it more coverage. And then towards the top, you'll just see some of the smoother slopes, some more grill slopes. Towards the back here, some of these plate pieces, and just some more slopes. On the back of the torso, there's not too much else going on. These large curved pieces, just inverted, so you know, only the top's showing. And then just some pieces here that attach to the shoulder cannon. I'll mention that last one to go for weaponry. Simple cockpit piece, which is just so like the ones they use for like Jedi starfighters. Yeah. The arms, just take that out. The upper arms are built the exact same on each side. You'll see some of these basic techniques I use for elbows. The arms themselves just attach on some simple ball joints. You'll see the technique that I use for elbows with the hinge joints in green here. Whoops. Just put that back on. My bad. And, you know, more ball joints. The hand here is just a simple cannon, which is using some pretty basic parts. See, just some bricks, some slopes, some just more bricks for the main barrel. Some cone pieces, or cylinder pieces in black. Some lightsaber blades to make them like thinner. And then just some Technic pins for the main barrel. And then just some tiles here for more detail. This arm, basically the same sort of build. Some grills, some hinges, some cheese slopes. The hand here is some of the smoother slopes. It's extended slightly outward to hold this 1x2 brick with some studs on its side. So it can hold this gun in its hand. It's not exactly great, but it's meant to be held so you don't really see much of the detail. Some tiles here in trans blue, slopes, sort of smoother type slopes, just, you know, smoothing it out. 2x2 tile in light gray, and the barrels just using a lot of these like Technic pieces See a flick fire missile, just more Technic pins and whatnot. Attaches onto his hand pretty simply. Just wrap it around like that. And then just attaches in his hand. On the back here is the shoulder cannon, which is attached to some mixile ball joints here, which just has some simple grills on them. The cannon itself is pretty basic. You see just the barrel using a lot of similar pieces like on the other cannons. Some grill slopes, this tile piece with some detailing on it, 2x2 brick with some trans green, and just this piece in the back. So, yeah, attached pretty simply just to the simple mixile ball joint. Right here. Okay, and I think that's kind of it for this one. A little bit brief, kind of simplistic. But definitely one of my larger ones, and I like it quite a bit, and like the bright colors and just some of the weaponry. I enjoy the way it looks. I feel like it's one of my better ones, I think. But I think that's kind of all I have to say for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. As for plans in the future, like next week, I don't really have much. But until then, that's all I have to say. Hope you enjoyed it, and just hope you liked it, and see you next week. Goodbye.